Hello, hello. Good day, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. We have this once every 2 weeks, Enzo is hosting. And each time we invite our special guests who are our partner projects using Enso for their infrastructure, be it on the front end or the back end. So every time, for every episode of this podcast, try to invite a different kind of project that partners with us so that we can showcase for the builders and users, for everybody in the community to see how exactly Enzo is being used, the pain points that we solve for our project partners, and their feedback. So for today, we have Dylan from Otomato. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Tomato, tomato. I suppose it's a play on the word automation,
Yeah.
Automato. And representing Enzo is Ninette, who is he's our new dev rel. He just joined last week, and he's very excited, as excited as me, I suppose, to speak with you all and to share. So, for the audiences, if you have any questions for Automato or for Enzo, please feel free to comment in the chat or anywhere else. We'll see it and then we will consolidate it. And at the end of the podcast, we will leave some time to answer the audience questions. So let us kick it off by some quick introductions. Maybe Dylan can start first to introduce yourself and Automato, and then Ninette will follow to introduce yourself and Enzo.
Perfect. So hi everybody. So I'm Dylan, co-founder of Otomato. Automato. So Tomato is a O. So that's the game. Yeah. So we've been building this for more than a year now. Automato, it's a Web3 agent builder where you can customize any automation workflow agents in just like clicks. No need to be technical. It's a no-code tool that you can really create whatever you want automation in the Web3 space in few seconds, few clicks with a block builder. So yeah, that's about it. We'll do a quick demo after to show everything. And if there is any question, just feel free to drop them.
Yeah, awesome. Very excited to see the demo and see the agents working and getting them packed. But a little bit about Enso. So Enso actually ships APIs that give you shortcuts to blockchain interactions, which means that you don't need to be a Solidity guru to be able to integrate with different protocols. All you need to do is, you want to do something, get from one token to another, you would just give it to the API, hey, I want this. And the Enso engine finds the optimal path through different protocols that will lead you to the out position. And different protocols, that means like 200 protocols, and that number is growing. But the most important thing for developers is that it actually improves, let's say, developer experience, but by creating this abstraction on top of smart contracts. So you don't need to understand how protocols work, how they interact, what their callbacks are, to be able to just get from one position to another. And in that sense, it's eliminating lots of heavy lifting or doing the plumbing between protocols. And what's cool about it is that it actually makes protocol composability way easier for people who are, well, not that deep in Solidity. And I think also the work that you guys are doing fits really well with
Clearly.
with the stuff Enso's offering. So I would really like to, get get a little bit of understanding of all of that. Yeah.
No, yeah. So to bounce on what you're saying, working with Enso help us to go to market way faster. So before we met you guys, we were developing every day a new blocks, meaning a new features. So it can be
Mhm.
any protocols, the lending protocol, any kind of protocols, and it took
Mhm.
us like at least 3 to 4 days to develop one block. Depend how complex it is.
Mhm.
So for us, the more blocks we have, so the more features and the more protocol we have integrated in Automato, the more use case we can create. So that's why
Mhm.
using your solution for us was a game changer,
Mhm.
because now instead of 3, 4, 5 days of integration, we can use your solution and bring it down to, I don't know, maybe like 3 to 4 hours, and with testing maybe 6 hours. So it's a way more efficient way for us to create new use case to. And when we get some feedbacks, like a lot of users are like, oh, okay, I want to have I don't know, Morpho. So then that's how we can we use your APIs to straight away integrate them and get back to the user, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days later, to be like, okay, your block is ready. So that's a big use case for us. Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah.
can I understand that from what you're saying, the difference is between 3 to 4 days to 3 to 4 hours. So the
Exactly.
difference is like 24 times
Yeah, it's
because
actually
one day is 24 hours.
plus it's not just that, it's also in terms of testing, like bug fixing, all those kind of like improvements and developments, post and I mean after and before the block has been built. It's less maintenance for us because the work is kind of on your side, you know what I mean? So your
That's
team,
right.
yeah, which is a game changer, because before that, I mean, we still develop our blocks because we still have some features that you don't support, or we want more precision, etc. So it's a hybrid model that we're building, half with you and half in-house. But thanks to Enso, yeah, this bring down the work divided by two, if I can say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So
that's
Ninette mentioned quite a few hype words, a few popular words like abstraction, composability. So Dylan, do you think you could break this down for us? Like explain and give us details on what exactly is being abstracted away? What does it mean by composability?
Yeah, I mean, I will try my best, but it's
Like
more my CTO
in
Clement.
relevance, in
Yeah, yeah,
relevance to the protocol.
exactly. So for us, I think for this question, I will need Clement, my co-founder, that couldn't join, but because he's the one building all the connection, right? But
Right, right.
it's really
Maybe
about,
just from a high
of
level
course,
overview.
of course.
Yeah.
The big difference is to integrate a protocol, there is many steps. First, you need to talk to the team to get the documentation. If it's a big team, usually they won't reply so easily because they are busy, right? Then we need to understand the smart contract. Then we need to integrate the smart contract. Then we need to test our integration, which of course there is some bugs, etc. And then we need to publish. And if there is any issues, even any updates, any new version of this smart contracts, etc., we need to do the maintenance to always like have the last model, if I can say, the last version. And thanks to Enso, on the blocks we don't build ourselves. Everything is under control by your team. So for us, it's just like one API. We connect to this API. It's just a link. We get like some data. Anyway, we get some data. We integrate it on our backend. That's all. So that's why, in terms of go to market, in terms of new features, it's really, really fast. Really, really faster even. Yeah.
Understand. Okay, question to Ninette. So, Dylan has explained how he has been using Enso to build Automato. From your perspective, from what you know about the abilities of Enso, do you feel that he has made full use of Enso, or do you feel like there are some hidden things, some hidden secrets that usually developers overlook and Automato has also overlooked that you wish they would try more?
Yeah, well, honestly, to answer that question, I would really need to need to go deeper in what Automato can do. So I would say let's park that question for after the demo. Let's say
Yeah.
to see how Automato shines when we
But to
use
be
it.
honest,
Okay,
And
so Dylan, this is some feedback for you. It's not super clear from a user who just only discovered Automato, like
yeah.
from your Twitter or from some basic searches. It isn't like super clear. So would you like to take this chance to explain, like let's say to a person on the streets who doesn't know anything about DeFi,
Okay.
in a very easy human language, non-technical language, what is Automato? So if I'm a user, what can I expect from the time I
Yes.
log in? What can I do?
Okay, I will try my best. I try to do this with my cousin that is a non-crypto user, so I have some experience, but let's see if I can make it clearer. So Automato as a non-crypto user, in a nutshell, you will be able to enjoy all the benefits from the Web3 space. It can be also NFT. It can be all verticals, right? It can be DeFi. It can be meme coin. It can be AI as well. We'll put a bit of AI. This stay tuned. It will come next month, hopefully. We have some all the verticals. So there is many kind of things. But if we take DeFi, which is the best example, instead of I like to give this example, but instead of letting your money, for example, on the bank account and getting like 2-3% on your euro USD, yeah, sorry. Thanks to Automato, we simplified everything to give you an access to creating smart strategies. Either you create those strategies, those agents, either you can join them. Because most of the people, what we realized after launching our beta with 500 beta tester, is people are not yet ready to build really complex strategies agents, because you still need to have some knowledge about the which protocol, what is Aave, what is Morpho, you know what I mean? And as a non-crypto user, actually you realize that only 10-20% of our user are willing to create agents. So that's why we created this mod where even as a non-user, you come, you log in, because we have smart account abstraction, meanings that we can have, for example, you can log in and create an account with your Google account. So you log in, you're a non-user, you don't even have a wallet, because we create a wallet on your behalf. Then you can top up your account with your credit card, because we have this integration as well. And then you can join an agent that will, for example, this one is one of our killer use case, we call it this way, that will get the best yield. And we use actually Enso for one of those protocol. We get the best yield out of, for example, Morpho, Aave, Compound, all those lending, those protocol. And thanks to that, you can surf on a 10-12% APY, almost like guaranteed, because we always get the best one, and we allocate every day to the best APY. So to simplify, as a non-crypto user, you can just come use the platform the way you used to use platform on the Web2 space. You connect with your Google account, you pay with your crypto, and then you, in 3 clicks, I can show you after, in 3 clicks, you join an agent that is putting your liquidity, your money at works for you without doing anything, because everything has been abstracted from you, and you just have to follow the flow, and you benefit from Web3.
And you say this is like guaranteed 10 to 12% APY.
I mean, of course, we cannot guarantee, but what we can guarantee is you will always have the best yield. So based on the market, if tomorrow the market is really low, because like I don't know, USD is USDC, sorry, is unstable coin, by the way. It's not even ETH or etc. So thanks to that, and it's also depend on the risk you are willing to take, because if we use protocol that have smaller TVL, etc., you will have higher APY, but then you have higher risk of the protocol getting hacked, etc., etc. So it's all about risk and reward. But if we take a really safe bet, so far our historical data, it's around like 8% minimum. Yeah.
I think this is a very good balance that you have for your platform. So you can cater to the two different types of users.
Exactly.
First is the more sophisticated users. They know exactly what they want. So they can they can add Aave, Morpho, Euler, etc. Right? And the other kind is people who are new. They just want to lend to earn some interest. So and they probably don't even know what are these protocols, but all they know is that they want to earn some kind of percent, right?
Exactly.
And even, do they have to keep track of the market movements? I don't suppose so. You will
No.
auto rebalance for them.
Exactly. So it's everything on autopilot. You come, you click, you join, you launch, and after that, that's about it. If you want to stop the agent, withdraw your liquidity, it's 1 click. You get it back straight away. So you stop the agent, and then you do your after you do your whatever you want with your liquidity. But we manage everything until you tell us that you stop, and there is no withdrawal period, etc. It's just like straight away. I mean, maybe 5 seconds the time we stop everything behind.
Yeah, that's great. I think also another good point about it is that not only, I mean, it's not so much about a high APY, because some people
Correct.
they don't have the chance to lend at all. Depends on like their society, which country they live in, their own demographics. Because usually, if you want to earn a meaningful APY, like through TradFi, through a bank, there's a minimum deposit, right? So, like for example,
Exactly.
you must lend 100K, or if you are below a certain age, or if you have certain history before, or you don't have a proper job, employment history, credit history, you don't have the chance at all. So
Clearly.
I feel like this is great. So people who fall into these categories, they can still hope to earn something through Automato.
Clearly, and without struggling. It's really, we really try to make the platform every day, and if there is more feedback we can always improve. We are really here to improve the platform, to make it as simple as possible for everyone, for the builder that will create the strategies. I just explain you the strategy because it's straightforward to understand, kind of the benefits from TradFi user to DeFi, because you understand straight away. But we have like dozens of strategies, so we will have some hyperliquid liquidation, shield, a lot of things like that that really can uh, bring your Web3 experience to something that is like really on steroid, kind of.
Right, right. You mentioned that you take users' feedback and then you can implement it. So do
Mm.
you think you can share some of the recent user feedback that you have and how you have pivoted as a result of the feedback through this period of beta that you have done?
Yeah, so we launched the beta end beginning of December, so 3 months ago, 4 months ago almost. And first, we have a huge analytics platform that help us to track all the users. So we can also almost like we can see which button has been clicked the most, which page has been accessed the most. So this way we know, okay, we built this page, but no one goes there. So either there is a problem on the visualization of how to access this page, either people are just like not interested. So then we do small interview. We just call our user on Telegram and Discord, and then we realize, okay, they are not interested. So we just like, we develop this feature, is not useful. So either we do something else, either we remove this one because we'll keep a bit of attention and we really want to have a clear path. Also, you see, I explained just before what we realized. At the beginning, we really focused on people build their own agents with the drag and drop thing. And what we realized is, on if 10 people join the platform, only two will create a strategy, and the rest will be like, oh yeah, I have all this power in my hand, but I don't know what to do with that. And then that's where we realized, okay, we need to guide them much more than what we expected. And that's why you
Okay,
will see. Yeah.
let me just interrupt you here. So
Mhm.
when you say that you realize that, so in the first place when you launched, you were also excited that people can build their own strategies,
Yeah,
and then you realize that this is actually what reality is different from your expectation. So
clearly.
did you get this insight only due to your analytics on the page, or did you actually speak to people and they told you so?
Yeah. So we spoke to people, because what we've done, even now today, the platform is on invite only. So that's why we control our the amount of people that goes. So we know who goes where, and we have one access code per person, so we can track the flow. So if one access code, we almost know all of our users. And if a user, we realize that, okay, he didn't create an agent, he didn't create anything, he just came, he click, and he left. So then we will be like, hey, I spend it's mostly my role. I spend almost 3 to 4 weeks talking to users to understand what's the pain point. And thanks to that, I really realized people were like, yeah, I really want to build a new guys. I love the UX, the UX, I love the UI. But then I'm like, I don't really know what to do. And I need to be guided more. And this was really interesting. That's why now we're creating a lot of agents that is just useful for you. And you just come and you click. You don't even need to build the agent. If you want, it's really great for the ecosystem, and you will be rewarded after all, because you create this kind of agent for the community. But if you don't want, because it's not your kind of things, you're not knowledgeable enough, you don't have time, you're just lazy, it's fine. Use the platform and you will see, you will still have a lot of like new use cases and new features that you will like.
Right, right. I think this is super great feedback. It's also one of the reasons that we have this regular podcast so that we can speak with you, our projects, our partner projects, and then the audience can also hear from a first-hand perspective exactly what is it
Mm.
you are going through, what are the problems, and then I think Ninette will be very happy also because he is also hearing firsthand. Because for us, we always have to guess what is it that you need from Enso? Should we launch this feature?
Yeah.
Should we launch that feature? Should we launch cross-chain? Should we support Solana, etc.? And really, our guess is never as good as the real audience
Clearly.
feedback. Do you have any feedback on this, Ninette?
Yeah, I mean, that's the absolutely the best source of, signals for direction. Talking to people, hearing what's there, what they want and what's preventing them, and just figuring out how to make a better experience out of the whole thing. So please, any feedback out there, we're really very open and excited to hear. And for start, I mean, what I'm curious about, like, first, how many protocols are you actually covering with Automato?
Automato and Enso, or just
Mhm.
Automato global?
Just, yeah, both or both.
Okay, I don't have the exact number in my head because it keep evolving every day. I need to talk. Clement will have my co-founder will have a better thing, especially because he's building so many new things that are coming really soon.
Yeah.
So between the test platform and the live platform, there is small differences. But I would say
Hmm.
40, yeah, 30 protocols currently. So,
Hmm.
but just one specificity of Automato, we are not just
Hmm.
an on-chain data. So
Hmm.
what is important to understand is it's quite simple. We have this input system where we get data
Hmm.
from Enso, from API, from smart
Hmm.
contracts, from even from Twitter. So we
Hmm.
can create automation that takes, like, for example, if my favorite influencer tweets contract address, then
Hmm.
we have this action executor, and this you can choose. It can be an email, it can be a swap, it can be a lend, it can be a Telegram message, and then you can create your kind of like agent yourself. So if tomorrow you
Hmm.
want to, I don't know, Kanye West is tweeting something, right? Because maybe it will happen.
Yeah.
You take the contract address and straight away you can swap and you can snipe it better than all the
Hmm.
market, because straight away after the tweet goes live, the bots kind of like get the information,
Hmm.
execute the swap, and in less than 2 seconds you already snipe the meme coin. What you can do also is like wait 5 more minutes and then
Hmm.
sell. So then you can really really outperform everyone. We do this a lot internally thanks to Automato. Now we create this kind of
Hmm.
strategies that is really really fruitful for us, and the goal is really to give it to everyone really soon.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and coming back to the feedback, actually. So I'm also curious about, like, what's the one thing that you were really thrilled about when when you saw Enso APIs, apart from easy integration, and what's one thing that sort of was, yeah, we could this could be different.
Oh, okay. This one I will really have a hard time to answer because it's really Clement that has done the integration. Sorry about that. But
Mhm.
from what he has explained me, okay, I remember actually it was like, hey bro, I realized I just got a call with Enzo, and we were about like 4 to 5 days for one protocol, and now it will be like
Mhm.
1 hour. So then I was really excited. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
so we can really, really,
Yeah.
really go to market much, much more faster. And instead of, because some protocols they are really long to integrate. For example,
Mhm.
I don't know which one. So Morpho, we took a lot of time, so that's why we switched with you, I think.
Mhm.
And actually, it's Morpho could have it would have been like a 2 weeks integration, I think, because it was a really
Mhm.
heavy integration. And thanks to Enso, it's just like, I don't know, maybe 2 days max, because
Mhm.
so yeah. Then the rest, I don't know. I think you don't have all the protocols, and maybe let's see. This one I'm not 100% sure, but you have a lot actually. And what was good
Mhm.
is we checked your list, and we were like, oh, actually
Mhm.
this one can be really interesting for us. We didn't even have the idea. So then when we saw the list, we were like, oh, we will integrate this one. This way we have it straight away.
Mhm. Yeah, that's interesting that you actually got an inspiration
Yeah,
from a pretty
clearly.
huge list of protocols. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
I really love your product in the sense that you automate this kind of thing. You automate all the strategies and actions for the users. So I think actually what you're doing for the users is the same as what Enzo is doing for you. Like we make things easier for you so that you can make things easier for your user, right?
Yeah, no,
Um,
our company works really well together. Actually, we are the best fit for you, and you are the best fit for us. Really, really, it's, I mean,
nice, nice, nice. We're gonna quote you on that, by the way. Yeah, so I just want to share my feedback as a user, right? So a lot of times, especially in this DeFi hype and the AI hype, many projects have come to me and then they ask me, hey, I've built this, can you test this out for me? And usually it's some chatbot or some strategy thing. And it requires the user to actually type something. Like so for example, it's a chatbot and then I have to type please swap token A into token B using Uniswap. And then
Mm,
a lot of times I find myself getting stuck and I'm thinking like, okay, I don't know what to do. So in the end, I just don't do anything, right? But yeah, you have the option. So I think it's great. So maybe now it's time for a demo that you could show. Maybe you could screen share so
okay,
that we can show our users exactly how this works. You know, like this is not just all talk. We really do have something.
sure. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see a screen.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so welcome to Automato, guys. So what you can see here is the dashboard. I will go straight page by page. It won't be too long because you will get the flow. But this is the home page. When you land here, you will see all your agents. So currently, like you can see, I have like this one that are running and those one that are stopped running, either manually or just because the work is done. I can filter here. I can see my two agents. So three agents actually. So now as you can see here, there is the builder mode, the customized mode, and then the simple mode is what I explained you that we added just after the beta because we realized that people want to be guided. So here you see we designed two agents that is just ready to run. But this I will come back to this page later. So if I want to create an agent, as I explained, so I can either create from scratch or create from a template. If I use a template, we just like created some example that can be interesting. For example, if the fear and greed is below 20, then buy. If the fear and greed is above 80, then sell. This is, the kind of like strategy that can work. Or we can get like notified when the gas, anyway, this is an example. So let's take one so I don't have to rebuild everything. So this one, for example, as you can see here, I will have every period means that for every day, so I can choose minute, hours, etc. Every day during 14 days, I save. I will want to receive an email on my email here with all the lending protocol, all the information, right? So I can do this. So I will show you how to add something else. So what I want, for example, is I want an email, and just after I want a Telegram message. So here on the left panel, you see you have like Telegram, Discord, Slack, email. You can like lend, so you can say like every day lend a bit of money to Ionic, to Aave, to Moonwell, to Compound, so etc etc. So for example, I will just like use a non Web3 event such as like Telegram. So here I have like email, Telegram. I will just place the information I just took. So this one I didn't save. Okay, so here you see.
The joys of live demo.
Yeah, of course. It's okay, I've created one that is like here. This one should be is the same. Anyway, so here every day I will receive that. So now I will launch it. You see, run. So now the agent is running. And as you can see, I will open my Telegram here. Okay, as you can see here, I received that. So this one was run before, but anyway, so this is the last news. So I can see every morning, Ionic is 3%, Aave is 3%, Compound is 4, Moonwell is 6. So you remember the example I gave you at the beginning, the yield optimizer? Here, my other agent will take this information and will allocate your liquidity, your USDC, to Moonwell. Why? Because it's the highest one on USDC on base. And if tomorrow the compound one become like 8 and this one stays 6, tomorrow we'll allocate the liquidity to compound because it's better. So then we always surf on the best wave. So yeah, and I receive an email also up here because the agent does that. So this was a simple way of testing Automato. But as you can see, you when you land here, you're like, oh, okay, but now what do I do? And either you build, as I just did, either you can join the simple mode. And now from in 2 weeks, we will have way more agents ready to join. If I want to join this one, which is a smart optimizer, I think I already have this one. See, I click here. I see what it does, continually monitor, etc., etc., etc. I just like click, and that's about it. And then my liquidity has joined this agent and is being optimized and secured by Otomato. If I want to stop it, I just stop it. So now the funds is being released by the agent, and in normally few seconds, yeah, done. So the agent is now done, stopped. So I get back the money, etc. So yeah, and if I want to launch it back, same. So now we were okay. So that's how Otomato works. Now something slightly more complex to understand is here I have my execution history. So thanks to that, I will be able to follow all the flows that the agent has done. So if I click here, you see I just like started an agent here. So I can see that, okay, it goes here, it goes here. Maybe I will take this one. Okay, let's take the daily yield that I just launched. So for example, the email has been sent. I can have all my logs here. So then I can understand the flows of everything that has happened on the behalf of my agents. I can see that this email has been sent. I can see that this telegram has been sent, this telegram message, etc., etc. So everything, maybe this one, no. So yeah, you can see all the information of your agent. Here you can see your wallet. So if you deposit or you don't deposit, you can see all the amounts you have on the smart account. And if you want to let a feedback, so this is a very, very useful thing we've done. You click here. We've created a Canny. By the way, Canny is a very, very cool platform that I recommend everyone to use. You come here and you can just let a feedback to us. We will get the feedback, and then we can add it to our roadmap. So our users came to Canny, drop all those feedbacks, and we integrated in the roadmap. You see, we've done 2 already. We're working on those ones, and later on we will work on those ones. So the more feedbacks we have, the more improvements and the more use case that is tailor made to our user will be done. So yeah, do you have any question on this part on Tomato?
Yeah, I actually have one. So you showed that we can go through and see the runs of all the agents. Is there also a way to access like transactions that
Oh,
they sent?
yes. Okay, perfect. So this one has been run while we were talking. So you see, for example, this one will be it's a not so complex, but still a bit complex. So this one is like every day check if compound or AAV yield, and based on this check, allocate it to the best yield. So what I realized is like the flow was like that. So then if I goes there, I can see here the transaction hash that says like, okay, tac, 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 tac. It's been all the way through compound. Why? Because actually, I'm pretty sure compound is higher. You see, compound is AAV. Compound is 4.8. AAV is 3.5. So then what the agent has done, he has allocated my fund to compound, as you can see here. And you ask for the transaction. You click here. Straight away, you can see on base the transaction hash. You see, 2 minutes ago, it has been deposited, and I can really follow everything from the agent. So it was like, you have everything here. Does he reply?
Got it, got it.
Does he answer your answer? Your
Yes,
question?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And one more time, if you could remind me, like we could configure agents to run daily, hourly.
Yeah.
What are the options there? Yeah.
Okay, look at that. So let's create one. So for example, I take the every period. You can take also something like if the price of ETH, for example, like that, if the price of ETH is above 2008, or if someone tweets, the Twitter block is not yet on production, but we have it on the background, on the, but you see it's coming soon. But it's currently on test. So for example, if someone tweet, then swap. If someone tweet, then send me an email. But as you said, I will take the every period. So this is a template. So every day or every minute. Second, we don't do. Otherwise, we might get spammed by people. So we put the security. The minimum, I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah. So 10 minutes every day, every hours. So you choose. And then you have a limit. You can put like, this is no limit. You can put like 1,000, 10,000 days. This That's why you're not bothered until like 4 or 5 years, and you'd be why my daily yield is not incenting anymore.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, thanks for this demo. I would say like this would be something that my mom could find her way through,
Yeah, we try.
which is pretty awesome for the Web3 space, as like the accessibility for broader audiences is not really something that is stellar. But I'm glad to see something like this.
Oh,
It's
cool.
really amazing.
So, for example, for your mom, what we thought is like, if she arrives here, even though it's simple, it's not as simple as that to create strategies. So that's why we're building this simple mode that really in 1, 2, you deposit, and with your credit card, or you just send a transaction normal, and 3, and that's all. And if you want to withdraw, you withdraw straight away, tac, and that's withdraw to your main wallet, or you choose where you want to withdraw it.
Oh, got it. Good. Pretty cool.
So that's kind of about what Automato is doing. But yeah, a lot of like new use cases are coming really soon. We plan to do some personal agents where you can talk to him with a bit of AI, where you, for example, he tells you, hey, Hyperliquid is about, your position on Hyperliquid is about to get liquidated. Be careful. Your ratio is 1.01. So I'll inject more money, and you can be like, yes, I want. So then it inject the money for you, and then your ratio goes back to 1.15, and you're protected. So this is coming in this quarter. We're working on the AI that is able to perform action on your behalf with just like some talks. He alerts you, he tells you some suggestion, and he perform actions that is like really cool for you on your behalf.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's pretty much set and forget type of thing. You don't need to invest lots of time to follow the position and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just a quick precision I forgot in terms of the chain we are supporting. So currently, Automato, we are mostly EVMs. In terms of like, we are really focusing on the EVMs ecosystem. So our main it's on Base, our main chain. We have Mod network. We can support some Ethereum actions also, but due to gas fees, we try not to go there too much. Otherwise, the automation is not worth it, because if, for example, every 5 minutes you do a transaction, then you won't be profitable at all due to gas fees. And then we will expand to more chains. Some we're discussing with Arbitrum, BNB, Somnia chains, Oasis, and yeah, more coming. The goal is
Okay,
really, yeah, go for it.
we're moving forward to the audience Q&A right now. So yeah, you just replied one of the audience. He just asked, what chains are you supporting currently, both Automato and Enso? I guess Dylan has already answered for the Automato part. So about the Enso part, Ninette, which chains do we support?
So actually, I would need a little bit of help around that. Let me just. Actually, the best way to get the chains that Enso supports is actually through an API, because this also changes from time to time. And in the API calls, we explicitly have a way for you to get the exact chains that are supported. Of course, Ethereum mainnet and chains and a lot of L2s are available.
That's great. That's great. Yeah,
Right now.
we have all the major EVM chains, and most recently we have launched Barra chain, and the most recent chain that we have added is Sonic chain, which is really quite a hack. So let's invite all the developers on Barra chain and for Sonic, since these are so new, and it's probably maybe you're not so familiar with the ecosystem yet, or you find it difficult to develop or to automate anything. Please come and look for Enzo, and Ninette here is happy to guide you one on one. Okay, next question from Xback. Is Automato open to use for everyone? So I think Dylan already mentioned that it's in beta. Now, question: when is it going to be open to the public?
Yeah. So the good news is we kind of find the new changes that we've done. We realize that our users start to like it and start to use it the way we want. So we kind of start to find our I won't say project market fit because it's a big word, but we start to have some usage of the platform that we are quite happy. So we are doing another wave of testing end of this month. So I just reopened the whitelist this morning, so you can go to the platform automato.xyz, join the whitelist, and I will send you an email, a personal email, just to give you an access code. So probably in 10 days or a bit more, like two weeks maximum, to test the platform, to collect more feedbacks. Once we collect feedbacks and we estimate that those feedbacks are okay for us to go live, we will certainly open it for everyone. But with an access
Awesome.
code, you can use it. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, another question from Leo. Can you follow agents from other users? I guess this comes from the sex tradition of copy trading. So yeah, let's say Ninette makes an agent and I don't know anything about agents. So can I just follow Ninette because I like him. I think he's super cool.
Okay, I understand the question, and it's a really, really good question. So what we plan to do, it's not the priority, but it will come really soon, maybe end of this quarter as well. It's a marketplace. So at some point, you will be able to, actually, we're working on that currently. You will have a button here that is like a share button. So either you can share it privately to your friends, either you can share it on the marketplace. If you share it on the marketplace, you will be able to get some benefits. You will be able to kind of sell it to the community. You can put, like, I don't know, $5. I mean, we didn't decide how we will monetize that, but probably maybe with if we have a token, this can be part of a use case. And yeah, so you can soon join other agents if someone is keen to share it on the marketplace or privately with you. So, and this will be highly rewarded because it's create this kind of like community engagement, and we really are all for that.
I think you just said the magic phrase. Maybe we will launch a token. Now you're gonna see a flood of people queuing for your whitelist. Yeah,
And
okay. Next question. Perhaps probably we take the last question. Would the agents like to do cross-chain deposits automation as well? Do you have that in your roadmap?
yes. So as I discussed just before, we're supporting already more than one chain, mod and base, and we will support more. And currently, the block bridge is not done yet. We plan to work on that soon, where you will be able to create your agent, your flow, where you say, like, for example, if you want to do an arbitrage bot, this can be really interesting. You find a difference. So you say, like, if the ratio between, I don't know, linear chain and base is different, do this kind of like arbitrage flow on autopilot. And if the gas fees and plus the bridge transaction fees is not too high, you can create a cash machine, literally. But so this is some calculation to create to work beforehand. And but yes, this will be possible soon. I need to talk with my co-founder to see the backlog, but it's clearly clearly planned to have this bridge block.
Okay, great. I hope we are in time for you because I think everybody knows that Enso has been only single chain deposits and DeFi actions. And we really have a lot of feedback from developers and end users who's always constantly asking us, when are you going cross chain? When are you going cross chain? So finally, here's a bit of alpha. I can't promise when, but we are working very hard on cross chain, and you might or might not see it coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, I hope we can schedule that in time for Automato. So now a question. Ninette was asking me prior to this conversation, does Automato use fully Enso capabilities to the best of
So
your knowledge?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, go for it. Sorry.
yeah, so actually, what's your take on that? Before I give you
Me?
what I yeah yeah.
Yeah, I think no. Really, really, I really think we don't use the full capabilities because our partnership is, I would say, like 1 month to 2 months old. So our roadmap is fully it's really heavy. So, but I'm pretty sure, you see, I discussed the bridge. Maybe this is something that you are developing inside, and that for us, a bridge is not just a simple block. It's quite complex technically. So if you support that, and for us, it will take like 1 day to integrate that. Imagine the use cases that it will create for us. Means that we can create an arbitrage bot in 1 day for us, and then share it to the community, to everyone that use Automato. So clearly, I think we are not using more than 30% of what you are proposing, because it's still an early partnership, but we are really happy about everything you're proposing. So of course, we will try to increase this number. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. Looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, from
Yeah.
my perspective, what I saw, like you really harness the power Enso brings with how many did you say? Like 30 protocols that you implemented in blocks, and I
Yeah.
assume like with more of those introduced, it will be even more comprehensive for
Actually,
the
you
end
see,
users.
I can show you straight away, because I have them in mind. So you see here, for example, so you can still see my screen. Yes. So Zeroland is
Yeah.
from Enso, Fluid is for Enso, is from Enso, Morpho is from Enso. Um, I think we have 4 or 5 more, maybe Velodrome, I think. Yeah, so, and on our testing environment, we have like 5 or 4 more blocks that is about to be pushed maybe next week on this production environment, like this live environment. So yeah, we're getting more and more involved and creating more and more blocks thanks to you guys.
Awesome. This is great. I think this is a classic example of a great partnership, how 1 plus 1 is more than two. So, I think we've come to the end of the podcast. It's about time now. So, just to end it off, do any of you, Dylan or Ninette, have any last words to say? Maybe something that you want to tell the audience or something to look forward to?
Yeah, I actually have a question for Dylan again. Like now that like with autonomous agents and the automations that you saw, like what's becoming possible for uh, crypto users, for even the non-technical
Yeah.
people?
So a really good question, because this idea came from a really interesting part. So I met Clément 1.5 years ago, and Clément is a huge bot builder. So what he's able to do is incredible. I was really jealous because I'm technical, but not as good as Clément. Clément is really a machine. Anyway, so then I was like, okay, I want that. And he was like, okay, but you need to put your private key, you need to do that, it's really insecure, etc. That's why we built Automato. And by the way, we use ERC 4337. It's a bit technical, but then this allows us to not ask you for your private key. And this is really important, meaning that we are non-custodial. You stay the owner of your wallet. We have no right to do that. And to perform action like swap, etc., we use call policies, allowing us to do only what you ask us to do. Meaning, if you tell us you can swap USDC, we won't be able to swap USDT. It's really specific. And at any time, you can revoke this authorization. So this is just like a small bracket that is really important to mention. But what I mean here is, now what Clément was building a long time ago on his own side, we can really use it for everyone. And by some example, for example, you can do sniping NFT. When you say, like, when you're on Twitter and you're like, oh, there is bot doing that, there is like bot sniping NFT, there is bot sniping the liquidity, etc. Now it's not like close possibilities. Everyone will be able to do that, to outperform everyone. It will just be a question of like who has the more imagination to come up with a solution. And thanks to Enso and Automato, if tomorrow the features is not on Automato yet, there is a high chance that you guys support this kind of like protocol, use case, whatever, and straight away in less than a week we can come back to the user and be like, okay, now you can build your bots. So yeah.
Nice. Did Clément, your co-founder, build this for you? Like he
What
built
do you
this
mean?
whole automated thing because his co-founder didn't know how to automate it, and he felt so bad beside him because he's a master
Exactly. He has a big heart. No, it's just like we really felt that there is a big need in the Web3 space that is actually done. This is if you know Web2, there is like few projects, Zapier, Make.com. I know many others. So that is possible on Web 2, but in Web 3, there is no one that does that. So when we saw that, we were like, wow, there is a huge opportunity for us to build this place. We've done some proof of concept with like testing with the ERC 4337 that I was mentioned. That is really important because if it's not secure, then there is no project. If we, you know what I mean? And so then we were like, okay, everything is green and let's do it. So 1 year ago, we started to build this. We start to be quite stable, to have a project that is like running with a lot of like possibilities. So yeah, now the sky is the limit.
That's great. That's great. So good to hear. So whatever it is, regardless of the reason, it benefited the greater community. So that's a good thing that happened. Well, we've come to the end of our podcast. Thank you everybody for your time. Thank you, Dylan, for coming, and thank you, Ninette, for hosting on behalf of Enso. And thank you to all our audiences for giving us the time in your day, regardless of, I don't know, is it morning, afternoon, or night for you, but whatever it is, you took out 1 hour to listen to our podcast. So thank you very much. And also thank you very much to Leonie and Nika, who is also part of Enzo team, who have been helping us to arrange this back end. So look forward to our next podcast, which will most likely be coming in 2 weeks' time, and it will be another super interesting product using Enzo shortcuts in a super interesting way. Thank you very much. Cheers and
Thank you.
goodbye.
Bye.